All right, you guys. Hi. This is the February meeting for Empowering Sense group. So thank you so much for being on. I want this to be pretty quick, but I do know that like Mindy is like rushing. Mindy, don't rush. Don't worry about it. We have amazing speakers for you guys tonight, but I wanted to do a quick like housekeeping for what we have going on this month. For those of you that have no idea who I am and you just thankfully clicked the link, thank you. But I am Katrina Anderson. I am either your immediate star director or your upline star director for Empowering Sense. So if you're here, you fall somewhere underneath the umbrella, unless we've, I do know that we extended the invitation to Paulina's team too, because she really wanted her girls to be here too. So whether you guys will watch the replay or you're here live, I'm glad you're watching. So first things first, I'm gonna put my phone away because it's distracting me. All right. First things first, this month we have Bring Back My Bar has been extended. And if you guys want, I will share this thing of notes so you don't need to take notes for it. Yeah, I know you love when I do that, Shonda. She's like, yes, please. I'll share this outline so that you guys have it so you don't have to take notes. I don't have anything for Mindy and Jess though, so you will have to take notes. I literally have a whole notebook right here ready to go for them. So I'm so excited. So Bring Back My Bar, it's been extended through February. Listen, this is very important. Bring Back My Bar is while supplies last, okay? They are not guaranteed through the end of the month. In fact, I want to say some of them have already sold out. Once Bring Back My Bar, and this goes for the wax bars that are discontinuing, okay? Once these things have sold out, you cannot add them to club. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You cannot add them to club because you can only add things to club while they're available or 30 days after the launch. We've passed that 30-day mark because they came out January 1st. So we have passed the 30-day mark. So once they are gone, they are gone. So if you have customers that are on the fence about some of these things, tell them to add it to their club. Okay, they can always take it out later. Same thing with you. If there's something that you think you might like, add it to your club. You can take it out later. Okay, it's one of the biggest perks of Always Get My Bar is that we can take an ad whenever we want, and there's no fees. We're not penalized, anything. Okay. 10 to 30% off of almost the entire catalog. You do need to click on your PWS to see what things are on sale. I'm not going to go over which things are on sale. You need to go do that. Literally scroll around on your PWS so you see what your customers see, okay? You need to be able to see what they see. You need to see where certain sections are on your PWS. Just familiarize yourself with things like that. And it's okay if you need to go and look to see how much something is priced, okay? But please, when you say that things are 10 to 30% off this month, to save yourself from putting your foot in your mouth, basically, please make sure you're saying the word almost, because not everything is 10 to 30% off. Almost everything is though, okay? So because we have a few things like licensed items, the whiff box, what was it? There was something else. Like, see, I can't even think of it right now. So just to save your butt, say the word almost, okay? The discontinuing items, my, whatchamacallit, I'm so sorry, my throat is so dry today. My piece of advice on the discontinuing items, if you didn't watch Mindy's How She Got Active video today, go back and watch that because I agree with her 100%. If you share everything that is discontinuing on your social media all at once, it's going to look like word vomit and it's going to overwhelm your customers. I promise they're not going to be like, oh, well, I wish you would have told me that yesterday when I placed my order. Once they get on your website, 9 times out of 10, they're going to click around and see all the things. You don't need to tell them all the things in one post or even in separate posts, but all in one day, okay? You need to, I feel, share one category or one product even a day. Like if you want to share all of the warmers in one day that are discontinuing, sure. But like maybe you want to share like just the laundry stuff is leaving. just in one day. I did one where just the fragrance flowers, and I had someone order fragrance flowers and they ordered discontinuing bars too, because once they get on your site, they're going to click around. Okay. Don't overwhelm them. Think like a customer. Okay. Check the albums on Empowering Sense team page, but also on your director's page too. If you are in Shonda's page, Nikki's page, or Mindy's page, go check those pages. I guarantee we all have albums of real life pictures to use. And feel free, if there is something that you think needs to be added to an album, go for it. I can only speak for my page, but feel free, add things to it, create your own albums. I will never yell at anyone for sharing things in the page. The only thing that I ask is, if you're going to share something in Empowering Sense and I am not your direct director, make sure you're sharing it in your director's page too. Okay. Discontinuing wax. Anyone who orders any discontinued bar, you need to be having a one-on-one club conversation with them. Like, hey girl, I just saw that you are grabbing fairy tale pumpkin. Just so you know, if you love this, I need you to add it to your club with Always Get My Bar. If you get it and you decide you don't like it, you can always pop it out of your club, but I don't want you to miss the opportunity to stock up on this if you really do love it. Okay, so even if they are only, I know, not a lot, I didn't pick a great scent. Okay, I know, that's not a great scent. Okay, you got a club for fairy tale pumpkin. Okay, cool. Look, see, everybody's nose is different. So just remember, that's the other thing. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that someone else is going to be their all-time favorite. It's going to be their Southern sweet tea. Okay, maybe it's their Southern sweet tea. Run the discontinued report and look on Empowering Sense. I did a very detailed but easy step-by-step walkthrough. It's not a video or anything. It's just a post. We can bump it later tonight if someone wants to go bump it. But it's very easy to run. It's very easy to export into Excel. Even if you think you're not a computer person, it is very, very easy, okay? And then you just print it. Or you don't even have to print it. If you want to just look at it on your phone, that's cool. But I printed mine so that I can just go down it, a few at a time, because for seasoned consultants, we have a long list. For newer consultants, you might have a shorter list. And I'm super jealous of that because you can probably knock yours out in one day. I cannot. But excuse me, run your discontinued report, okay? We also have the 20-cent circles for $30. Please, please, please make sure you are letting your customers know that they are specific scents that are included. They don't get to pick and choose. They can't say that they want all 20 of the same scent. There are specific scents set out in this bundle for them, okay? It's a really great deal. Really, really, really great deal. You popping in here too? I don't know what's wrong with your camera, by the way. For those that don't know, this is my husband, Bart. So
For those that don't know, this is my gorgeous wife, Katrina.
Hold on, Jordan still can't get in. Can someone, it's still saying incorrect meeting passcode. Can someone please send Jordan like the direct link for here? Please. And then, okay, I'm gonna keep going because honestly, she can. Okay, you guys got it in the chat. Okay, cool. Devin says, hey.
Hey, Devin.
Okay, where was I at? The 20-cent circles. Yes, be sure to mention that it's all, they're all pre-chosen scents. And let them know what scents they are too. If you go look at my page, by the way, feel free to copy mine. Copy my post. I don't care. Copy my post. Who cares? Maybe it'll get you an order too. New spring incentive. While I'm talking about the new spring incentive, if you earned the fall incentive, drop it in the chat. Super excited for you. Spring incentive, find your focus. And the first, it's done in 3 different parts, and they're like little mini incentives. The first one is focus on your team. Super easy. Not to scare anyone, because I know as soon as someone mentions sponsoring to me, I immediately am like, that's not easy. But that's why we're listening to Jess and Mindy tonight, okay? Sponsoring. Woo woo, Shonda level 2. Hell yes.
Level 1.
All right, Heather. See, yes. Sponsoring 2 teamies. They just need to be sponsored anywhere between January and July. And they just need to be certified between February and July. So why are we not counting the people who joined and certified in January? Because their certification went towards the fall incentive. So that's why, in case there was any confusion with that, okay? But if you had someone who joined in January and they were like super close to certifying, but they didn't, as soon as they certify in February or beyond, they will count towards the spring incentive, okay? So make sure you're helping your new teamies reach certified. Make sure you are showing them all the things on your director's team page. And do not stop. It's super important. Don't stop at sponsoring 2 people because 1, you don't want to bank on both of them. Like, what if they decide that it's not for them? Okay. And you don't want to go, well, I sponsored 2 people. It's not my fault that they didn't certify. Okay. First of all, I don't want to hear that excuse from anybody. Okay. We never do the bare minimum. Okay. We're not a bare minimum team, group, nothing. No one in our upline is bare minimum either. Okay. But the plus side of not stopping at sponsoring 2 people, Sensi is doing an extra prize for the top 50. So the top 50 consultants who sponsor the most people that certify, those top 50 people are getting an extra prize. Okay, kind of cool. More details on your incentive tab on the workstation. If you have any, let me know. Yeah, and like Polina said, your business is going to grow. Like your team's going to grow. This is a really good opportunity for you to just start growing and growing and growing. If you sponsor 1 person and teach that 1 person to sponsor 1 person and go on and so forth, like that's how it's going to work. Like your team has the potential right now to explode. Your team. I'm talking to the people that are at certified right now. Your team, you might be a team of 1 right now. And at the end of this incentive period in July, you could end up being a team of 20, 30, 50. Okay. It's not impossible. I promise. It's not. Okay. Sensi does these incentives. They are designed to help you grow. They're designed to help push you outside of your comfort zone. But man, like there's just something about like that new teamy energy. Oh my gosh. When they like, when you as a leader start seeing the light bulbs go off, it's just like, gives me goosebumps. All right. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Okay. The Easter early access for consultants collection. That, by the way, is just for the wax. There was a glitch today. So just pay attention to your news tab or your director's page for updates on that. We don't have an update yet on when it's going to be available, but I didn't want to like not mention it. You do have a limit of 2 of those collections per consultant, and you do get PRV for it. They're $17 a piece. You get 17 PRV. These are great to have, like any other early access kit that we get to make samples, to take pictures with. You could use them as host incentives. You could make deluxe samples for your clubbers. You can do whatever you want with them. Okay, you can keep them and hoard them for yourself if you want to. Okay. That's why I always get 2, because I like to normally keep a set for me. Is it available now? Okay, see, I hadn't heard if it was updated yet. Okay, and your order went through, okay, you guys? Your orders went through, like they weren't kicked, okay, because I had heard that a lot of people's were getting kicked out of their cart. All right, perfect. Okay, go order your early access sets then. I'm ordering mine on payday because payday. Which, side note, payday's on my birthday. Woohoo! All right. Anyways, I'm almost done, I promise, and then we're going to get into Jess. Transition supplies. I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. You do not need everything. I'm going to say it again. You don't need everything. There are three things that you need. You need the testers because you need to know what they smell like. Okay. I mean, you could try reading those scent descriptions in the catalog and like guess, but you need the testers. If you have testers now, you only need the transition set. If you are a reinstate and maybe didn't get your reinstatement kit yet, you need a full set of testers. Next transition, you will not need the full set again. You'll just need the smaller set. Okay. So if you have testers now, get the transition set. If you don't have testers now, get the big full set, okay? So you need testers. You need the product training guide. I like having a paper copy. It's $2, but there is a free version, PDF version of it on our workstation, okay? I, even as a star director, refer to it all the time. An amazing SSD, Wendy Heath Newgas. You guys know who she is. She is the queen of fundraising. She is a party animal. She is the one that taught me, like, she runs her parties with that. She runs her parties with the product training guide. She literally, like, that is what she says in her parties when she's going live. She literally just goes off of the product training guide. It's full of amazing little tips and info about each product. It is there to help you sell the product, okay? And then the third thing you need is an either or, okay? Catalogs or product sheets. I don't think you need both. I do think you need one or the other. So just decide whichever, but literally everything else you don't need. Do you need to buy the transition sets of like the cleaning and laundry and wax bundles and the warmers? No, you do not need to. We can get into like transition stuff more in detail later at another time, like on the team page, and we'll talk about bulk sampling and stuff. But like right now, like just getting ready for your parties and stuff, you literally just need testers, either catalog or product sheets, and those the product training guide. You don't need anything else. You don't need all the fancy brochures and flyers.
Do you have another example of an either or? Well, I mean, could you use like either join Sensi or don't ever talk to me again?
No,
Is that-
stop
no?
it. Stop. Oh my God.
No, okay,
Stop.
sorry.
No, stop. I'll knock you out. Okay.
Comedically.
No, but it's not funny though.
I'm being silly, I apologize.
Oh my God. Okay, but yes, everything else is extra, all right? I do like the product sheets. I agree with Amy Jo. You get 150 of them for $9, okay? They ship flat. I put them in with my Happy Meal, my Send of the Month stuff, okay?
Mhm.
I put them in my party packs. I put them in my host packs. Like when I ran out, I haven't had catalogs for 2 months, and my business has been surviving just fine without catalogs, okay? So I definitely think it's an either or situation, only because I have found that when I personally have both, I only use one of them, and then I'm left with a stack of the other ones, which is to me is a stack of money. You don't ever want to be left with extra supplies at the end of the season that you didn't use, okay? Yes, Shonda says she uses books at home parties and the product sheets for her parties, for her like bag parties. I give books away at work, Sarah says. Product sheets get sent in the mail. Yep. So even if you do get both, if you want to get both, y'all, you do not need more than one set of catalogs, like one pack. They're coming in 20 packs now, not 25, just so you know, heads up. But like, you don't need the stickers. You don't need the brochures. There are things, if you want to get them, cool, but you don't need them. And I need you to hear that, because I don't want anyone, especially our newer consultants, y'all, spend family money on family. Do not spend it on Sensi. Spend Sensi money on Sensi. And guess what? If you haven't even gotten your first paycheck with Sensi yet, don't buy anything yet. Okay? I'm telling you that. What?
Spend Sensi money on family.
What'd I say?
Don't spend family money.
It's Monday. I'm tired. Okay? Y'all, the baby was up at 3 till 3 a.m. this morning. This morning. I know, yeah. Orville said it better than me. Don't listen to me, okay? All right. Second to last thing.
Sorry, y'all. Let us get about 2 hours of sleep last night. So we're both just
really
an absolute struggle bus.
It's awful. She's going through a huge like sleep regression, hardcore. The transition join special is only for the $99 kit. What's really cool is it's basically a double kit. So they're getting the fall winter stuff and the spring summer stuff. So it's like it's a double kit basically. But then they're also getting the 10 bars of scents that aren't even out yet. Like Don't tell them that they're the 10 new release scents, for the spring summer catalog. No, just create FOMO. They're getting 10 scents that aren't even out yet. And you know who I learned that from? I was just scrolling the other day on social media. Anya said that. SSD Anya Faust. She's the one. I was like, that is such a creative way to say that. Instead of saying the new release bars, it was, no, girl, you need this because you get 10 bars and they're not even out yet. I don't even have them yet. Like, that's creating FOMO. That's something that they're going to want. That will entice the right person. Okay. And also, if they reach sensational start level 3, they get SFR registration paid for, which is pretty much equivalent to like $300. Okay. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So it's only for people who join with the $99 transition kit this month. So if they join on the $59 host kit, or if they're a reinstate, it does not apply to them. If they joined last month and they still hit sensational start level 3, it does not apply to them. Okay. So make sure you guys are knowledgeable on that too. Yes. Thank you, Shonda. She got the quote right for me in the chat. Read the chat. Last but not least, bring back my bar winners have been announced. Thank you to everyone who voted for Southern Sweet Tea for me. I love you all so much for doing that for me. And if you want to see the complete list, it is on your workstation. I'm not going to take up any more time because I just talked for way too much. Jess, are you ready? No, she's not. I'm super excited for y'all to hear. She's under Mark's name. I'm super excited for you guys to hear from Jess Torres. She is my frontline. She is one of my longest Army friends. We've been friends for way too many years. I can't even say it out loud because it will age us immensely.
Sorry,
she's a superstar consultant. She just promoted last month to superstar. She has a small but very mighty team. She is growing rapidly, but she is a PRV queen. She was our group top producer last month. I am so proud of her. She had over 5,000 PRV and only 1,000 of it was from parties. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Over 5,000 PRV and only 1,000 of it was from parties. So she is going to tell us how she basically thought outside of the box and all of the things that she did. And hopefully these are some things that you can take all the notes. I'm going to take all the notes and we can all replicate these things. Okay. So let me mute this person. There we go. And I'm going to spotlight. I want to spotlight Jess for everyone. There we go. Can everybody see Jess big? Yes.
No, I don't want to see myself big. I'm going to fix that.
Well, you can click on me and see me big, but everyone else can see Jess big. Okay.
I'm also really glad my lighting sucks because y'all can't see how red Katrina made my cheeks when she was just talking a second ago. Okay. So for those that don't know me, I'm Jess Torres. And I have been a consultant since May of 2021. So I'm still fairly new to the game, it's like when you first get married, you're a newlywed for like the first 3 years, not really just the first year, right? So I'm still new to the game. I'm still learning every single day, all the time. So thank you, Shonda. I am going to close out comments because I will get distracted like crazy.
Go ahead. I'll keep track of the chat for you and let you know if there's any questions afterwards.
Okay, and I'll answer if Mindy still needs time, I'll answer questions while we wait for her to finish up with the
boys. Yeah.
Okay. So y'all, I am nervous. Why this makes me nervous compared to like going live, I don't know. So just bear with me. So first I want to say that nothing that myself or any other consultant that is hitting certain numbers that you guys are seeing that you're like, your mind is blown. We're not doing anything magical. There's nothing insane outside of the galaxy that we are doing to make these numbers happen. So everything that we are doing, you are perfectly capable of making happen too. So just wanted to say that. Mindy told me to talk slow because I talk fast when I get nervous. So if I talk too fast, please say something. So we all know parties, right? We got to have parties for growing our business. We need it for PRV. We need it for growing our network, right? Hi. Sorry, my husband just walked in the room. So I average 300 to 500 PRV a party, and y'all, I am not the party queen. I average 2 to 3 parties a month. That is it. Okay. It's not from lack of trying. I try. I ask everybody I can. The most I've had in 1 month is 5 parties, not including private shopping links, because I tend to have, a few of those popping up. So what do I do when I only have those parties? The first thing I do, or that little amount of parties, the first thing I do is I focus on those parties, those specific parties. I want those parties to be successful, right? I only have 2 or 3 of them. I need them to be successful. My goal is always to get my host to $500 in sales. Why? Because it benefits them the most. That is when they start to get the most out of the rewards. So that is always my goal. So one of the things that I do, or the things that I do with my parties with that is, 1, I coach my host along the way. I don't throw everything at them at one time and then let them string along for the party. I coach them as we go, what I need from them. I share things like my parties in January. I only had 2. They both started after the flash sale. I knew the flash sale was coming, so I created her group, had them invite everybody in, and then I shared the flash sale. And I said, you guys, I know the party hasn't started yet, but I don't want you to miss out on this. Both of my hosts had sales on their parties before the parties even started. One of them had a qualifying party before it ever started, right? Sorry, hold on, babe, the trash needs to be taken to the street. Sorry, guys. So I share that. I contact every person in the party. I do instruct my host to do it as well, because obviously they might respond to her faster than me, but I contact them one-on-one, typically towards the end of the party, just to reach out to them to see how they're doing, in case they have questions, in case they forgot, because life gets busy, right? So those are things that I do to make sure that my parties are successful. The number one thing that I do, though, if you haven't already seen, is I, in my VIP page, have a help a hostess out, and I put every single link I have up in my VIP page. Every single link. I don't care if it's a private shopping link. Every link I have open goes in my VIP post. Your VIPs will help your hosts out. They are all about it, and they do it because they know that you're going to do the same for them. So do not back away and think that your VIPs are going to be like, oh, I don't know her, I'm not going to shop. No, they will shop. I have random people shopping all over the place on different links. My personal catch-all party barely catches anything. Like, I catch just enough to be able to maybe do scent circles or something. Like, they only go to that link if they absolutely like, no, I want her to get the rewards off of it. But most of the time they pick whoever I have available. So don't shy away from that. And if you are limited to how many parties you have, focus on those parties and make them as successful as you can. So I have 2 to 3 parties. I average 300 to 500 PRV a month. So let's say I have 2, just to make the math easy. I'm getting 600 to 1,000 PRV a month just off those 2 parties. Sometimes the party gods bless you and you have $1,000 parties. I had that happen to me in October, at the beginning of the month and the end of the month, right? But you can't anticipate that. You can't expect that every time. So you have to work your parties the same way every single time, right? You have to be consistent. Let me check my notes so I don't lose where I'm at. Okay, VIP page. I consistently share my VIP page, you guys, consistently. Every day. Doesn't always have to be product related. It can be just a fun little interaction post. It can be a stupid little video I do. They absolutely love when I go live with my kids, because my kids are ridiculous and they love laughing at them and they love being invited into my world, right? But one of the biggest things that it allows me to do is it allows me to grow those relationships, right? It allows me to nurture them. It allows me to show them that I'm thinking them as human beings. I treat them as human beings. I treat them as friends. I do not treat them as dollar signs, right? And when you do this, when you treat people this way in anywhere and in any aspect of life, you create a loyal following, right? You create loyal customers. People are going to be loyal to you. Lost my train of thought. Hold on. I will tell you all this right now. I don't know if y'all saw the craziness happening with me trying to earn level 2 of the incentive. I definitely can promise y'all 101%. I would not have made level 2 if I had not built up those relationships with my VIPs. I treat my VIPs like VIPs. I treat them like queens. I don't treat them like a dollar sign, and I build my relationships with them. I know what's happening in their personal lives. Because I'm invested in them, they became invested in me. They never, a year ago, never would have done it because I had not built those relationships. Remember, I've only been a consultant for just a little over a year and a half. Last January, I was only a consultant for 7 months. I hadn't built those relationships yet, right? When you invest in your VIPs and you genuinely have their best interest at heart and you treat them like gold, they are going to become invested in you. So then I'm getting random orders in all the time just because I'm sharing on my VIP page consistently, because I'm always sharing things with them and I'm interacting with them, right? And if I say, hey guys, I'm looking for this goal, I'm reaching for this goal, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go help me get that PRV goal, right? So I even have a customer, this is just an example, kind of off topic. I have a customer who has a family member who sells Scentsy. She only buys from me. She actually stopped buying Scentsy for a while because she didn't like the way her family member did things. And she's like, Jess, you are so great at this. You're so kind and you're always looking out for me. You know why? That's why she buys from me, because I do that for her. I don't say, here's this warmer. She's like, oh, I love this new warmer that came out and it's full price, right? It's not on sale. And I'm like, oh, girl, that warmer that you were looking at 2 months ago is in clearance. Go get that one, right? It's not about the dollar. It's about taking care of them. So that is another way that I pull in random PRV. You guys, I don't have parties all the time, right? So how am I pulling in PRVs? My VIP page. Utilize it. If you have one, utilize it. Be in there all the time. Your VIPs are not in there because they don't want to see what you got. They're in there because they want to know. They're not going to get annoyed if you share 7 times in one day. They are there because they want to be. If they don't want to see you 7 times a day, they will leave. Utilize your page. If you don't have one, make one. Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club. Talk about Scentsy Club. I talk about Scentsy Club. I try to do it at least 3 times a month, if not more. But during transition month and bring back my bar months, I talk about it like 2 to 3 times a week. I try to anyway, right? I try to consistently talk about. I don't just do flyers. I don't just show my VIP what I'm getting in my club. I go live and I talk about it. I talk about how it works. And then I talk about the perks. In fact, today in my VIP page, I went on and I only talked about the perks. I didn't go through the whole crazy, like when you do this and you do that and you get this. And I said, why have a Scentsy Club? These are the perks, right? I talk about bring back my bar. I talked about, or not bring back my bar, always get my bar. I talked about exclusive brick offers, right? That you can't get that anywhere else. I talked about, the word will come to me, the point system, right? Because they get points, they get referral points on top of that. So I talked about that. And one thing that I feel like is not talked about a lot, they get discounted shipping. Have you guys paid attention to that? Scentsy Club gets $8 shipping. It's not 10. That needs to be talked about because I don't know about y'all, but my customers, they're like $10 shipping kills me. It kills me. Why are we not talking about discounted shipping in club? Right? Because they still get all the things they want in there. It doesn't have to be just bars, right? So let them know about those things. Scentsy Club, I get 200 to 500 PRV on Scentsy Club a month. So I could absolutely do nothing every month and I would still be active every single month just off Scentsy Club. There is no reason not to talk about Scentsy Club and no reason why that shouldn't be the thing that at least makes you active, because then that's one stress pulled away from you, right? Now, you might not always get your Cincy clubs to be active by the 5th, but if you are relaunching or regrowing or just starting out, and your goal right now is just to consistently be active every month, Cincy Club is what is going to get you there. You need to talk about it all the time in different ways, different avenues, and share it with them. Have, like Katrina said, those one-on-one conversations. You have customers who are like, oh my God, I love this bar. Girl, go put it in your Cincy Club. Why don't you have a club yet? Go put it in your club. You'll always get it no matter what, right? Am I talking too fast? I feel like I am. No, okay. Okay. Share everything at least once. This is something that I do because you never know what is going to hit. Most of us have kind of figured out what our customers are drawn to, what they like, what they want. But I always try to share everything at least once, because you never know what's going to all of a sudden blow up and be like, everybody's drawn to it. And you're like, I did not see that one coming, right? Share everything at least once. And then if it really does flop, then don't keep highlighting it. Obviously your customers aren't interested. Highlight the things that they are. But I always try to share everything at least once. And I do that also because people are always watching. So even though you know what your customers want, or what they're interested in, everybody's always watching. I have people in my VIP page who've never ordered from me, but they're always watching, and you don't know what that one thing is going to be that draws them in, right? I just recently had somebody who's never ordered from me. She's been in my VIP page from the start, and she put an order in with me last month because I put something up that drew her eye, right? So make sure you're sharing everything at least once. You need to share everywhere. Everywhere. It needs to be in your VIP page. It needs to be on your Facebook stories, your Facebook post, your Instagram stories. I'm sure you guys have all heard it a gazillion times that just because somebody sees your post doesn't mean they see their stories, and vice versa, right? And just because they're on your Facebook and their Instagram doesn't mean that they see it in both places. So you have to share everywhere. I will say, and Katrina talked about it earlier, you have to change up how you're saying things, and you need to change up the pictures that you're using, because then the algorithm will not allow it to be seen, right? It'll mark it as spam, it'll mark it as repetitive, whatever, and then people aren't seeing it. So you have to change up what you're doing. I personally try not to share the same exact thing on Facebook and Instagram. I try not to share on my Facebook page the same thing that I'm sharing in my VIP page. I try to rotate it out to keep that from happening. So that is how I pull in customers that way. Okay, not everybody that I sell to is in my VIP page. They see it, what I have going on in my personal page. And that is also something I'm working on. I am not consistent outside of my VIP page. I post randomly. Last month, I started to become more consistent, and I started to grow my confidence in it. It is very hard to be out there, right? And to just put yourself out there and share with the world, because we all fear the, what's the word I'm looking for? The negativity that can come our way. So blinders on. Mindy always tells me blinders on, and just do what you got to do. Hi, Mindy. I see your beautiful face. You got to reach out one-on-one to your customers. You guys, I was in bed, like I was violently ill. Mindy can tell you, I was talking to her on the flash sale. I was violently ill in bed, you guys. I worked that flash sale from my bed and hanging over my head over the toilet. Okay. I still worked. During that flash sale, once I got on, I was reaching out one-on-one to my customers. Okay. I have a customer that I know loves Disney, and I know that she missed out on some Disney stuff, and I know that she missed out on the buddies. And I said, girl, you have to get on right now and go get it. The Dumble warmer is in there, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, you have patience. The child warmer, I had 5 people from the last time it was over that I knew were waiting for that to come back out, right? So I reached out one-on-one to them, because they're not always going to see it in a timely manner. You have to take that initiative. I did 900 PRV on the day of the flash sale while I was sick. So could you imagine what I could have done if I wasn't sick? So you have to take that initiative. You have to, and that's all part of building up that relationship with your customer, right? You have to build it up. So you have to know what they're wanting. You have to know what they're waiting for. You have to know what their interests are so that when it comes out, you can just naturally say, hey, get on there. You don't have to make it salesy and pitchy. You just have to be excited with them and say, oh my God, it's on, go get it right now. Like, and I get stupid like that with them, right? So, and they love it because I'm being myself with them. So do that. Where am I at? I totally lost my thing, but be personal about it, right? Okay. Now let's talk January. Y'all, January was insane for me. And let me get my thoughts straight here because I got excited there for a second. January was a very big pivotal moment for me. It was a very big month, pivotal month for me, not moment, but month for me. Part of it was conversations that I had with Katrina and Mindy, and then helping me get my mind on straight. Part of it was just that I decided at the beginning of the month that I wanted that trip, okay? I started January out, you guys, needing 8,533 points to earn level 2. 8,533 points. I could have walked away. I'm gonna be like, I'm not getting it. I got level 1, that's good enough, right? But I didn't. I said, I want that trip. I'm gonna work for it because me personally, I don't have a personality type that can walk away and live with it. If I walked away from that, I would have hated myself for years. I would have been kicking myself in the butt for years because I didn't at least try, right? You only fail yourself when you don't try. You don't fail and let yourself down when you go to reach for a goal and don't hit it. What's that saying? You shoot for the moon and land in the stars, right? At least you tried. Mindy said it earlier. It's not from lack of trying, right? I didn't fail from lack of trying. So, and that is something that you have to live with. You have to decide that you want it. So I started out January needing 8,533 points. I knew probably mid-month of December that I was going into January with 0 parties. 0. I had 0. And I sat there and I was like, what the heck am I going to do? Obviously, I wasn't going to quit trying to get parties. I was going to still work for them. But it's hard around that time to get parties, right? It's challenging. We've all had to deal with it. It's the holiday season. People don't really want a party come. They've already spent all their money towards things, right? Like, it gets challenging to get people to say yes to parties. We still get them. Some people freaking nail it, blow it through the water. Yeah, for them. I am not one of them. Okay. So I had to be creative. Now, I was brainstorming, and I couldn't really think of anything outside the box. Heather Dunbar actually came on in our group chat that we have with our accountability, Shonda and Sarah. And she's like, oh my gosh, you guys, I am doing 10 bar bundle deals at the end of the month to try to boost my PRV. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that for January for Bring Back My Bar. That was one of the things that I was like, I'm going to get some PRV. Now, I kind of always talk myself down. I always try to talk myself out of things because I get scared, right? What is that saying? Do it scared anyway. So I'm like, this is probably going to flop for me. I might get 6 people, but I'm going to have to work for it. It's going to take me probably the whole month of January to get those 10 people, those 6 people, right? You guys, I had to keep creating groups because so many people wanted to do it. I ended up for the month of January having 5 groups of 6 for the 10 bar bundles. Okay. Do not shy away from things just because you're scared it might not be successful. I honestly thought that was going to flop, and it was so successful, I will be doing it again. One of the other things that I struggle with and that I face that I really kind of, honestly, Mindy's the one who helped me get this one straight because she was like, just do it. Put your blinders on and just do it. I see what Mindy does. I watch Whitney. I see Nikki. I watch Katrina. I watch what other people are doing, right? I watch what other successful, the people above me, the people I want to be, I see what they're doing. And then I'm like, that's an amazing idea. I want to do that. But then I slowly talk myself out of it. Oh, I don't want to be a copycat. I don't want to be a copycat, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to, I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it later so it doesn't seem like I'm copycatting her. Then I talk myself out of it or I forget about it, right? So this time, Mindy was like, girl, just do it. Who cares? She's like, just do it. You're not copying anybody. And this is what I realized. The people above us, our leaders, our directors, our SSDs, our team, our group, whoever, we are sharing things with you guys. They are sharing things with us because they want us to do them. They want to give us ways to be successful. They want to give us ways to be successful. So why am I shying away from it? Why am I not doing these things that they're doing that are working for them? Or maybe not working for them, right? So one of the things I did for January is I did adopt a cup. I saw Whitney do it, talked myself out of it. Mindy did it. And I was like, oh, that's still such a good idea. Y'all, I'm an LTO's wife. Why was I talking myself out of that? I was shooting myself in the foot, y'all. Why? That is the easiest thing. I have an into a department. We have 3 in Yuma, but I already have an into a department. It was so easy for me to do. Why wasn't I doing it? Do not shy away from the things just because you are scared. Let me find what I'm doing. In January, I was completely and authentically real with my people, right? With my VIPs. I said, you guys, this is what I want. This is where I'm at. And I told them, I said, it's not on you guys to help me get there, really. Because if I had planned this from the start, I wouldn't be struggling where I'm at. I told them that, you guys. I told them that. If you guys look at my points, maybe I'll share it later. If y'all look at my points for the first 2 months of the incentive and my points for the last 4 months of the incentive, ridiculous. Hugely ridiculous, the difference in them, because I didn't plan. I let myself be in whatever funk I was in and said, whatever, I hit level 1, it ain't a big deal. And then all of a sudden I get out of my funk and I've screwed myself, right? So I was just authentically myself and went with them and said, I screwed up, but I'm asking y'all for your help because I want this, right? So that helped. And I said, please share my link. If you can't order, that's okay. Share my link. I just did everything I could. And you guys, I'm doing these things to share with you how I got my PRV for January because it was such an insane month for me. So, and I want you guys to realize what I did right and what I did wrong during that time period so that you learn from my mistakes and you don't mess up this new incentive for yourself, right? So make those plans. Then I had my 2 parties in January that started, like I said, after the flash sale. And I did 501 and 300, like I did almost 1,000, about 1,000 PRV for the month of January. So let's see, I've done 10 bar bundles. I've done Adopt a Cop. I begged my VIPs for their help. I shared everything everywhere, you guys. I did everything I could everywhere. I reached out to people that I don't talk to regularly. I've talked to people who don't even buy from me, people who probably didn't even realize I sold Cincy. I stepped out of my comfort zone like nobody's business. Like I really, like by the end of the month, my anxiety had just built up so much. I was like, I'm gonna crash. I need to step back for a second because I had forced myself so far out of my comfort zone. And you have to do that. When you decide you want something, you have to show up for it every single day and be consistent and push yourself out of your box. Break down that, I was gonna cuss, break down that freaking wall. Break it down. Do not let yourself stay in that box. If I had not pushed myself to do that, I would not have hit my incentive goal. I would not have promoted, right? I had to step out so hard. It was so hard. I wanted to cry a lot of the time. I worked every single day last month, you guys. I did not take a day off because I wanted it so bad. And I'm not saying go work every single day, because you can't realistically do that if you have a regular job, you have your families, whatever. But you have to decide that you want it bad enough that you are showing up for it. So consistently wake up in the morning and do whatever it is that you need to do to hit those things. Set that time aside to work your business for what it is you want, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be an incentive trip. It doesn't have to be a promotion. If your goal is just to hit 1,000 PRV a month, then go hit that 1,000 PRV a month and do what you need to do. Think outside the box. It is 100% possible to get high PRV without doing parties. Nikki, how much PRV do you have without a party so far this month? And we're only on the 6th. Like 600, right? Yeah. She doesn't have a party yet. And she's already over 500. It is completely possible to hit your PRV goals without having parties. Do not let, you need parties. You need parties. You need them. They are the root, the foundation of our business. Your business cannot be successful without them. But do not get so stuck on the number of parties you have that you talk yourself away from everything else that can pull in your PRV for you. Do not get so blinded and so focused on parties that you miss everything else that has potential for you outside of the box. Okay. One of the biggest things that pulled me through my incentive trip is I did the air purifier deal that Whitney shared with us, but I think somebody else had shared it with her. I did it. As soon as I saw it, I posted that I was going to do it. I didn't think it was going to happen, you guys. I got really lucky on the last day, on the 31st of January. I got really lucky. Okay. I'm not going to lie, because that's scary, right? That's expensive. You think, oh my gosh, that's a big number. People are not going to want to do it. When you are giving people, even if the number is high, if you're giving people a deal, they are going to get in on it. You have to be creative. You have to do all those personal sales to get the PRV. One of the things that I'm doing this month, because it is a slower month, it's a slow moving month for me, right? I anticipated it. My January was insane. I anticipated my February to be a little bit slower. I didn't anticipate it being this slow. I barely am active, and I'm normally at my leadership numbers by now, by the 7th normally. I'm not even near, right? So today I talked to Katrina a little bit, kind of shared my concerns. She was brainstorming with me a little bit. And then I'm driving, you know, I am a real estate photographer. And I used to do closing baskets for my agents. But then one thing that I did, don't do it again, Katrina got on me again, and I will never do it again, is I bought stuff beforehand, put the baskets together, but then I sat with it, right? I couldn't sell them. So then, and then my other thing was my baskets were priced too high, right? Sorry, my dog wants out, but that back door is open. So I sat and I was driving to my thing. Why it took me so long to think of this, I don't know. I'm doing fragrance flowers. I am doing fragrance flowers with a little circle and that in a little basket. They're on sale. And I'm like, why did it take me so long to even think of this for them, right? One, they're great for closing baskets. Their clients are going to love them. Two, they're also great for staging homes. Not only do they look cute, but they smell great. Why did it take me so long to do this, right? So that is something I'm focusing on, pulling in my realtors. I had to think outside the box. I only have 2 parties for February again, guys, and neither one of them start until later in the month, okay? I have to start thinking how I'm going to pull in my PRV. I have goals, okay? I want to hit annual sales. I'm not going to hit annual sales sitting here going, oh God, what am I going to do? I don't have any parties. You have to think outside. You have to get creative. You have to pull whatever resources you have. My point of all of that was to let you all know it is completely possible to get high PRV without parties. Don't get stuck on that. Be creative, think outside the box, watch what other people are doing, okay? If you think it's gonna fail, oh well, do it anyway. And if it fails, oh well, pick up the next thing and try that. Do not let something that fails you, even if it was successful for somebody else, keep you from trying other things. You have to keep doing things. Something that does not work for me. Mystery bags. They flop every time I try them. Mystery bags suck for me. So because of that, I don't do them often. But every time I do try to do them, they flop. So I move on. I find something else. I've learned mystery bags don't work for me. They might work for you. So try them. See what happens. You don't have to be extravagant with them. You can keep them small. But watch what other people are doing. Learn from them. They always say successful people do what successful people do. And they're not saying go copy them verbatim. They're copying their actions. You want to be successful. You want to hit your PRV goals. You want to grow your team. You have to do things that other people are doing. If you're seeing them be successful, try it. I totally lost my train of thought on that one, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, let me flip my notes around here. Okay, the last thing I want to leave y'all with is something that I actually heard Whitney say in her high PRV training that she did that I listened to. High PRV is relative to you. It is relative to where you are with your journey. It is relative to what you want from your business. Okay. So if you are consistently somebody who gets 2K PRV, you might think 3,500 PRV is high. If you're somebody who is consistently getting active, you might think 1,000 PRV is high, right? High PRV is relative to you, where you are and what you want. So don't get it in your head that you have to have 5,000 PRV, right? We're all not Mindy Hilton, okay? We can't do it all the time, okay? But you just have to look at what you want. And what she said is you have to then, if you're consistently hitting your PRV goal, say it's to be active, and you hit your 200 PRV and you're hitting that pretty consistently, then you need to add 200 to 300 PRV to that. That needs to be your next goal. So 500 is your next goal. When you start to continually hit that, then you move up to 1,000 PRV. Whatever it is, the point of it is to help you grow, to be more confident, to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you, right? And to just continually stretch yourself. You don't grow unless you stretch yourself and you learn and you're taking forward action. If you're not taking action and creative forward movement, you're not going anywhere. You're always going to be stuck. So if you want to start creating high PRV, you have to start working for it. And you're not going to go from 200 PRV to 2K PRV overnight. You have to grow your network. You have to grow your relationships. You have to start sharing everything. It's not going to happen overnight. It didn't happen for me overnight. I'm sure it happens for some people overnight, but that's not the norm. Most people have to work for it. And it takes time. You know, when you're planting your seeds and you water them, you have to keep tending to the garden. You have to keep weeding it. You have to keep refreshing the soil. You have to keep pulling out the weeds and doing whatever, you feeding them food, whatever it is. I am not a gardener, y'all. I don't know how to take care of plants. Every plant in our house dies, okay? But you don't see the sprout. You don't see the bloom. You don't see the fruit right away. You have to keep going at it. The number one thing that I can even tell you guys, which you're going to hear 100 gazillion more times, is to be consistent. If you are not consistent and everything that I just told you guys, you're never going to hit your high PRV goals. Whatever that high PRV goal is for you, you will never hit it if you're not consistent. You have to be consistent in everything. And that is something for me in January that just really clicked, not just stepping out of my comfort zone, not just doing it anyway. I really found the confidence and the routine of being consistent in everything that I'm doing. And that is all I have to say about that.
Yay!
And I feel like I talked forever.
I feel like I just
Oh
sat
my
there.
gosh, yes. I'm gonna keep you spotlighted because we had one question and you can either answer it now or you can put it in the team page, whichever. But Shonda asked if you have a host coaching schedule, because I know a lot of us just host coach at the beginning and we're not necessarily, I love that you host coach throughout the party. So do you have a schedule that you follow with that?
I don't particularly have a set schedule, like it's not like on this day I do these things, but what I do is, so my parties for me, they start on a Friday. So I do my parties 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday is pre-party post. The following Monday is post-party stuff. And I have learned for me that works best for me. My customers, my hosts, my clients, whatever you want to call them, I have noticed through trial and error that that's when my people see the most. So that's when I've had the most successful parties as well. But what I do is the following weekend before, I might create my invite for them. I might create their Facebook banner, their group. I do all that stuff over the weekend. Then Monday and Tuesday, I say, here's your invite. Message your people one-on-one that you want to invite. Put this invite in your Facebook group and see who wants to be invited. And I say, and then on Tuesday, you're going to start inviting these people to the group.
So you literally like hand walk them
Yes.
through everything. But listen, it works.
Yeah,
it works.
So on Tuesday, Tuesday night, I say, okay, tomorrow you're inviting everybody. So Wednesday and Thursdays, they're inviting everybody. I have an intro like, welcome to the party post, everybody sees, right? Thursday starts the whole pre-party post. So then I make sure you guys go in. And then each day I kind of base it on the host, because some of them are really good about going in every day, a couple times a day, maybe. But sometimes I have hosts who get busy and they might forget that they're doing a party or whatever. I'd be like, hey, before you go to bed, make sure you go in there and at least like or interact with something going on in the party. So I kind of coach them that way as well. Then at the end of the party, so my post-party stuff is on Monday. I go live, but then I also say that is the time that I tell my host to say, go ahead and start reaching out to everybody one-on-one and see where they're at, because most of the party orders come in through Friday through Sunday, right? But you still have your stragglers. So I always say on Mondays, go reach out to everybody the next couple of days and see how they're doing. And then on the last 2 days, because I leave their shopping link open for 9 days. Their shopping link.
I love that you reach out to that. You tell the hosts to reach out to their people. So it's not you just messaging people and hoping that they see your message.
Yes, and I do that because I know that they're most likely going to respond to them before they do me, or they're going to see it first. And so I always even ask my hosts of something that my hosts have gotten really good at is, and they've all kind of started to learn off of each other, is when I send them their host packets, they actually go live with it in the party too. And that pulls people in as well. They've gone live, like, look at all this stuff I got, right? Yep. So, and I leave their party link open for 9 days. So it opens on the day that their pre-post start, and then it runs all the way through to the next weekend. That way it gives people time to catch up. It gives people time to shop. It gives them time to ask questions or whatever, but they're only interacting with the party for those 4 or 5 days. So that's what I do, and that's how I coach them. I know I gave you more than that, but there. Sorry.
No, I love that though. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. If you guys have any more questions for Jess, though, pop them in the chat. Jess, feel free to go scroll the chat and laugh your butt off at lots of comments. I'm going to remove the spotlight and find my girl Mindy. Yay!
So ready.
Here comes fire.
Spotlight for everyone. Mindy, y'all, I'm not even gonna say if you don't know who she is, because y'all all know who she is. She is one of my front lines, a director. She just sponsored. So listen, y'all, Mindy is a PRV queen too, but Mindy has trained about PRV like it's like beating a dead horse. So I love that we had Jess talk about PRV, because I wanted Mindy to talk about something new, and that is sponsoring, you guys, which I feel like we all need to be sponsoring more. If you don't know, there's like, this thing in Sensi with, older consultants who have this thing with the J month, like that the J months are the slow months. Well, first of all, obviously January was not a slow month for us. Okay. But the fact that she sponsored 4 people in January alone, okay? She almost hit annual mentor last year. I know it's still a goal of hers now, so I cannot wait. I just took like a page and a half of notes from Jess front and back. So now I'm going to take more notes. For Mindy, drop your questions in the chat, and she is going to talk to us about how she does this magical thing called sponsoring, because we all need to replicate it. We all need to hashtag be like Mindy.
You're funny. Okay. So to be honest with you guys, right, sponsoring and asking people to join is weird. It is strange and it feels weird and it feels like the most just awkward. But remember, you used to feel that way about asking people to party too. And you used to prejudge people. Oh, I'm not going to ask them. They're going to say no. Oh, I'm going to ask this person to party. They're going to say yes. And it's going to be an awesome party. And then what happens? Nothing. Okay. So I've started to look at asking people to sponsor or asking people to join and sponsoring them the same way that I look at asking people to party. I honestly don't think twice. And this isn't meant to sound like very confident, but I don't really think twice about asking people to party because I do it every single week. It's built into my parties. It's what I do. And I ask about 20 to 50 people weekly. So asking people to party and hoping for 10% of those people to say yes is very natural and very normal to me now. It's part of my routine. It's what I do. I want to get that way with sponsoring. I want to be in that place where asking people to join is just part of my routine. It's natural and it's normal and it's what I do. I always feel like if this is something that you want as well, and something that you want to start to do more often as well, I always feel that the easiest people to go with to practice is your hosts. Why? You've already built a relationship with them. 2, you have a sweet deal to offer them. So if you want the type of verbiage that I use, it would usually be something like, okay, so you have this much available in host rewards. You are this much available in your free product credit, and you have a 1/2 priced item. You can use it for grabbing products, or we can grab a consultant perk account with it. And I try to just slide it right in there. So at the very least, they see and they're like, oh, no, okay, I want some free stuff. Or then they ask about it. Well, what's a consultant perk account? Okay, well, it's this, this, and this. I don't call it join kit. I don't call it host kit. I call it consultant perk account. And I've had more responses from using those 3 words versus join kit or host kit, because it is a perk account. I mean, we get paid back on what we order. It's no different than when my kids were in diapers, wipes, and formula, and you get to go to the store and buy X amount in diaper, wipes, and formula, and you get a $25 gift card back because you spent $100. It's the same thing. It's a perk. It's a perk account. You get paid back. You spend this much, you get paid back. It's the same thing. So that is the one thing that I have tried to consistently do with my hosts when I'm closing out a party. Consistently. I force myself to do it. Then I either answer their questions or we pick their free products. The more and more I do that, I know the more and more I'm going to become more comfortable with that. Okay. So I did have somebody join this month because of that tactic, if you will, or approach, if you will. I did have one of my 4 join that way. I thought it was great. They still get the half-priced reward. You can give them the perpetual reward if you feel bad that you're using up all their product credit, like whatever you want to do to sweeten the deal, you can do it. Okay. Now, one thing, I've said that like 40 times. That's obviously not one thing, guys. Okay. Something else that I've been trying to do is be more aware of the clues that your customers are giving you. This one's big because it's very easy to miss it. If you're talking to somebody and they say, and I wrote these down to quote, I need to be rich so I can get everything that I want. I commented back, no, girl, you just need to grab a consultant perk account. What? Send me a message. Yes, ma'am, I will. At least I opened the door. I had another one, a guy, right? I need a 12-step program for my Sensi addiction. You don't need a 12-step program. You just need, you and your wife need to grab a consultant perk account so you can get paid back on your orders. I'm gonna need to think on that. Can you send me the link? Yes, I can. Someone else said, I noticed she loves vanilla mint like I do. And it was in the flash sale. So I went to go message her and I was like, oh, let me find her. I know she's in my VIP group. And she wasn't. She left my VIP group. And I was like, WTF, why is she leaving my VIP group? She's one of my VIPs. So I messaged her. I was like, hey, girl, I've noticed you're not in my VIP group anymore. Like, I hope everything's okay. I just wanted to let you know Vanilla Mint Paws are on like insane sale right now. Girl, I had to leave your VIP group because of the temptation. You don't need to leave my VIP group. You just need to get a consultant perk account, start getting paid back every time Vanilla Mint comes back. I don't know. Can you at least send me info so I can look at it? Yes, I for sure can. Those are the types of clues that you need to be looking for. Someone that was like, oh my gosh, I just love it all. Well, let's get you set up with a consultant perk account so you can get it all and get everything that you want. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to get, blah, 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 whatever. It's picking up on the clues. So I want you guys to actively like be looking for them. Like when you're doing a party and someone is commenting, I want you to say to yourself, like genuinely ask yourself, is this an open door for me to drop a hint about joining? At the very least, they're going to say no. And guess what? Oh, well, because how many people ghosted you this week when you asked them to party? Right? It really is about looking for those cues and deciding, I want to grow and I want to make more money. Income disclosure here if you need it, because I said the word money. I want to grow and I want to make more money. And the only way to do that is to continue to grow my team. And nobody can do that for me but me. I've got to grow my front line. Okay, it is scary, guys, and it is weird and it feels uncomfortable, but you used to feel that way about asking people to party too. And I had 4 people this month. One of them just joined on a whim. She ordered from me at the beginning of the month and then she just joined. Another one, she may even be on this call. I was doing a party for her mom and she was like, I think my daughter wants to do this. She just had a baby, but she wants to work from home. I was like, send her my way. I'm all about that life. I'll be real with you guys. When I teach dance, I love it so much, but it's hard because sometimes my babysitter gets paid more than I do, but not with Sensi because I don't need a babysitter. Remember that when you're talking to moms. Even if you don't have kids, say, you know what? I know this woman who her husband has gone a lot because he's in the army and she loves Sensi because she doesn't need a babysitter to make money ever. I never need a babysitter ever. I get to keep all of my money. I don't have to pay a babysitter. That's huge for people because babysitters, let me tell you real quick, are expensive. They literally make more money than I do sometimes. And I'm like, why? Why? Use that to your advantage. So for this girl who just joined, we click on that. She's like, I love it. I'm like, I love it too, girl. And I don't have to pay a babysitter. She's like, amen. Okay. I had another person join because I had a kit to give away. And I've felt some sort of way about giving kits away before. But you know what? At the end of the day, you just never know. You honestly, truly never know. I have learned with partying first to have zero expectations of your host because I would be like, oh, this party's going to be bomb. And it was horrendous. And I was like, oh, this party's going to be terrible. And it was phenomenal. So you just can't prejudge your hosts, right? You can't prejudge who you're talking to about sponsoring and joining. Put it out there. This is, I did the one, I'm sure you all saw it. A whole bunch of people did it. I have this kit, first person to guess how much it is gets a prize, whatever, something like that. And then you message all the people, and it was whoever gets it right first gets it. And this woman wanted it. Okay, great. Here we go. I put myself out there. I didn't have to do that. I could have used all that product credit to get some stuff for myself, but I decided not to, and to give somebody a chance to make a little extra income for themselves. Okay. And then the last person I had join was through her party. She had done parties for me before. She buys a lot of Scentsy. And she made a comment, something like, my husband's going to be mad that I have another Scentsy box coming. I'm like, well, tell him a paycheck's coming at the end of it and he'll be fine. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, we're just going to use your host rewards and I'm going to give you this PRV. Well, I didn't say PRV, but you all know, I'm going to give you the sales from your party. So you're going to make money on this party instantly, and you're still going to get your half price items. So these are the scents that my husband likes. So get some of those for him too. And we'll just, it'll be a little bit something for him and you'll get some money. And she was like, done. That's great. Okay, let's do it. So, sorry, clearing my throat. It's strange, guys. I know. And it's weird, but I truly, truly believe from experience, the more you do it, the less strange and the less weird it becomes. And you're going to find what words work for you, and you're going to find what flow works for you. But Paulina, it's cracking me up right now, the way she's laying down. But I think start with your hosts. If you have a host right now, if you have a host this month, because some of you don't have parties till the end of the month, JT, when you have a host, ask them. Every host that you have this month, ask them when you're doing their rewards. Hey, you have this much available. And host rewards, you have 1 or 2 half price items, or 3 or 5 or 10 or whatever. And do you want to use it for products, or do you want to grab a consultant perk account? Well, what's a consultant perk account? Well, let me tell you all about it. That is my challenge. If I could do a challenge for the group, Empowering Sense group, that's my challenge. Ask every single one of your hosts when you're closing out your party this month. You never know. And they could end up being somebody that takes you to the next level of what you are wanting in your business. You don't know. We don't know. We can't prejudge. That's my challenge. If you're in, comment in right now in the comment box, baby, bring it. In. Katrina's in. I got one. Yes, girl. Kelsey's in. And oh my gosh, this is fun. Getting lit. Somebody post a fire emoji. I'm on my computer, so I can't. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. It's literally my hype song. I blast it with the windows down. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm continuing to do. Sometimes sometimes it's strange. And Devin, thank you. Devo in the house. But you all can do it. You just have to decide and get over the weirdness of it. Yeah, you've got to decide, you know what, this is strange and it's weird, but there's no other way to do it than to ask. Yes, you may have some people come to you. It happens. Don't count on that happening. You got to decide this is strange and it's weird and I will get ghosted. So here we go. The end, and then move on and go in like you got it and come out like you don't, which means go in confident. Like, I know you're going to say yes to this. There is no way you're going to turn down this opportunity. And when it's done, just walk away from it like, all right, cool. That was great. Good practice. Moving on. Go in like you got it. Come out like you don't. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? I'm here. Love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Listen, I didn't take as many notes because I was just like listening, just in it for everything. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I have 5 freaking parties this month. I'm gonna ask 5 hosts. So wow, Mindy, oh my gosh. Thank you. And just so you know, you're speaking Bart's love language. He was a recruiter with the Army for a hot minute up in Vermont. That's how we know Nikki, because we were stationed up there and we met Nikki, and then we've got that whole Vermont leg, butterfly kisses, all of y'all up there. So, and Divine Fierce Force up in there too. So like we've got the whole Vermont, New York, everywhere. I wasn't forgetting about you, Devin. I know you're over there in New York. So is Paulina. So you're totally speaking his love language the whole time. He's sitting back here just going, damn, yeah, yes.
See, and I've been back here this whole time.
Mhm.
It's going to be saying it wrong. It's the Mindy Hilton.
The Mindy Hilton. Yes. Look at, oh my gosh, look at her face. She's just like so excited.
The
Yes.
one that brings the fire.
The bringer of fire.
Yes. Oh, wait, should she get a nickname today? Should she be like Mickey or my brain today? I'm tired. Or Mindy Fireball.
Mindy Fireball. Fireball Hilton.
I like it.
Fire Shark. There you go. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait.
Fire Shark. Because her thing is sharks. Her thing is sharks. It really is. Like you might be Fireball now. Everybody bring Fireball shots to SFR when they see Mindy. All right, y'all, thank you so much for being on. I know it was a very long call, but seriously, I feel like everyone on here got something from this training. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to upload the recording as soon as I can, and it will be shared to all of the pages, because who doesn't want high PRV? Who doesn't want to sponsor all the people? Okay, everyone needs to hear this. So I'm going to stop the recording.
Katrina,
Oh, yes.
I want to say one more thing, and it's actually something Mindy told me.
You want me to keep it recording?
Go for it. Why not?
Okay,
It's
let's
a
go.
little
Here's for it.
golden nugget that I said I wouldn't have for y'all, but it's actually not even my golden nugget. It's Mindy's. But so she told me, gosh, we were talking randomly, and she was like, no is not an acceptable answer. It's not that people are not going to tell you no. It is that when they do tell you no, you move on and you go and do what you got to do to get that yes. So thank you, Mindy, for our golden nugget for the night.
Yay. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. I'm not going to press end and hang up on everyone.
Done that before.
I have. They know I have.